Sunday night broadcast here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. Last outing for Orlando, they won that game against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And just one look at the score tells you all you need to know. They were dominant in just about every area.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
Now the starting group for Orlando. Inside, it's Fry and Vucevic. Payton is out there at baddest one, and it's Harris in at the 3 slot. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Payton drives in. That's good.
And Scott Skiles has been around the league as a coach for a while now, coming home to where he played most of his career here in Orlando. And at times, he can be a demanding coach.
Here's Big Smooth following the bucket by Orlando. And he gets it to go.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now here is Harris. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Oklahoma City. And he gets it to go. Vucevic has got his first basket of the night. And Greg, you're right. Skiles is what, we'd call a no-nonsense coach. Makes perfect sense when you think about the team that now Clark, he's going to go coach in Orlando.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was great at developing players, and that's exactly why the Orlando Magic hired him. Plays with an edge, but he develops players quite nicely, too.
Holds him accountable, doesn't he?
Yep, well said.
So it's Chicago now, following Tobias Harris's three-point attempt.
I don't know. Maybe they're still working out the kinks on D, because that clearly was a breakdown.
Baddest one passes to Payton. And it's denied. Here's the Beast. 11 points for him in that last game against the Pistons in Detroit.
Yeah, not to mention the 4 big steals on the night, getting after it on both ends.
Now here's Payton, picked by Vucevic. Payton kicks to Fry. Back to Payton. Clock at 6. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Harris missing again.
Well, that's an excellent challenge right there. Good job contesting that shot by the defender.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Orlando. For Chicago, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Taking 2 shots.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And the Magic making a change here. Watson's checked in. And so he hits both. One problem the Magic faced last season was depth. They really weren't a deep team, and it hurt them along the way.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, they had the second fewest bench points in the league, and that number was really low because they didn't use the bench that often. Starters did a lot of the heavy lifting.
Can't hit.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Passes to the monster. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And the pass to Buckets. Here's Big Smooth. No luck. Great D that time from Vucevic.
And for the Magic, they would try and address the bench for this season, both through the draft and free agency.
Pass to baddest one. 9 feet out. Good.
He's got to be a little embarrassed for joining the Paratroopers Club on that pump fake.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played.
And guys, the Magic didn't luck out and jump into the top 3 in the draft. Still ended up with a high pick, and that'll help add another nice piece to their puzzle. They've accumulated a lot of good pieces, but now they need to start making it work.
The stupendous finish in traffic. Bucket's got his first points of the night. The Magic trail by 4. Passes it to baddest one. And it's Chicago with the rebound. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
And with the number of turnovers they had in that game, guys, it was going to be an uphill battle all the way.
Especially when you couple the turnovers with the soft defense they were playing. That's a losing combination.
Now, here's Watson. 9-point game his last outing. Deflects the pass. And too long on the shot. Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with head coach Scott Skiles. And Doris, what did you have to say?
When I asked him what some of his main concerns are today, and he said they're dealing with a team that can really light it up from the perimeter, and therefore it's essential that they not give up too many open looks from out there, or it could spell trouble all game long, Kevin.
Doris, thank you. Obviously, Clark, the 3-ball is a big concern for any defense.
Well, yeah, it is, Kevin, but the upside is you're not getting broken down in the lane and you're not giving them free throws, but you still have to challenge those shots.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here.
And offensively, they've been struggling. He just wants to get them back into a good flow and stop forcing shots.
Well, Greg, the misses started piling up. Things kind of snowballed on them in that regard. This is a good timeout to kind of calm his guys down and hit the reset button.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Big Daddy comes in for the Beast, and Derrick Rose is subbed in for Shorty. The Magic also changing it up. Smith checked in for Fry. And it's...
Oh, my goodness! Almost intimidating the defense there. They didn't even try to get back on defense.
Well, I don't think it would have mattered even if they did try to get back, Greg. I mean, there was no way anybody was going to beat him to the bucket there.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. And it's Harris off the drive. Got him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage. Chicago leading by 6. And for Tobias Harris, a resurgence of sorts last season, Clark, especially from behind the arc, where he shot a career-high 36%.
You know, he'd only hit 25% from 3 the year before, Kevin. So, yeah, monster improvement in accuracy from long range.
Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Orlando. Fournier comes in for Tobias Harris. Smith outside. Pass to Fournier. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Smith. All sorts of time. Jump shot is good. Smith's got his first bucket in this one.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Here's Rose. From down in the low post, it goes.
My goodness, what a move there to lose the defender. Got him on his heels, and then he made it look easy from there on in.
And Orlando has possession. They trail by 6. Oladipo outside. No good. And it's Chicago the other way.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Here's Rose, and the rejection by Smith.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Clock at 6. Fournier for 3, and he gets it to go. Fournier's got his first 3 points of the game.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchup.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. changes for Chicago. The Beast is checked in for Big Daddy. And it's Shorty in for Derrick Rose. Shabazz Napier's checked in for Orlando. .136 left in the first quarter. From 11 feet away, and that's off the glass and in. 6 points for Shorty.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside. That's outstanding hang-time improvisation right there.
And, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Chicago.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
Another thing they've been doing so far tonight is knocking down the jump shot.
Here's Napier. Got a hand on it. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. And he dunks it down. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying hard to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Smith, and it's blocked. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Reverberation throughout the entire building on that one.
It sure did. Up high and down hard on the windmill flush.
And how about the impact that's going to have on your team? You can imagine how much adrenaline starts to flow through the veins after that one.
And Oladipo, here we go. Another miss by Orlando. Chicago leading by 7. Buckets passes to the Beast. Here's Big Smooth, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Well played right there. I mean, there's no question who has the momentum.
Greg, the lead appears to be heading north, if you will.
Oladipo dishes to Fournier. And a miss there on the triple. Here's the monster. Cannot hit. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's Chicago. They're up by 9. And we'll Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
This is almost like a volleyball game when you watch just how many shots they blocked or altered.
Well, how about this? A lot of side out for them the way they swatted shots away. That's a volleyball term, by the way, folks.
Yeah, or handball.
Like or handball.
Yeah, either one of the two. They're knocking a lot away.
Yeah.
This is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. Inside, it's Fry and Vucevic. That is one out there with Payton, and it's Harris in at the small forward position. Chicago leading by 9. Here's Shorty. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here are the Magic now, looking ahead to their next game, playing at New Orleans. They'll match up against the Pelicans, and that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Back to Payton. With the shot. And that one hits back iron. And Chicago shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. The pass to Big Daddy. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And now let's have a look at the teams that were last year's best from the free throw line.
Collectively, I mean, they had an amazing year at the free throw line. Sometimes free throw shooting can be contagious, and it seemed like everyone on their team had the hot hand.
The first one falls. So he gets them both. The Magic trail by 11. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right.
That's his first personal foul.
And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Shot's good. Baddest one's got 5.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
And stolen by Fry. And here we go with the Magic fast break. Here's Baddest one, but he recovers it with the second effort. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Baddest one's got 5 points now in the quarter. Chicago leading by 6. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Big Smooth the pass to the monster. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. He's got 10.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
To the left wing. Oh, that's blocked, and they'll keep possession. And Chicago shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. Count that one.
All of the scoring in tight is coming at that end of the court.
You know, they found the holes in the defense and really doing a great job of exploiting them.
Here's the screen. Baddest one passes to Harris. Payton outside. Feeds to Fry. Shot clock at 5. Dishes it to Vucevic. Chicago grabs the miss. Big Smooth got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And one thing about Nikola Vucevic, he owns the boards. Posted a top 10 double-digit average in each of the past 3 seasons. Plus, he's equally adept on both the offensive and defensive glass.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Shorty. Another shot. And he slams it one-handed.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound are a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength just like that.
Yeah, he's an invaluable asset for them to have. No question about it.
Baddest one passes to Payton. Unloads from 13. The shot misses. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Greg, you were talking about watching Vucevic. He doesn't have the athleticism to beat people to the ball on rebounds, but Clark, he does have an exceptional, ability to box out well. He's got that long reach. He can make steals.
Good technique, really great size, and a hunger to chase down the rebound, so you don't have to jump high to rebound effectively. As a matter of fact, Kevin, most outstanding rebounders are not high risers. They're quick jumpers, they're strong, and they pursue the pumpkin.
That's a good point. Out to the right wing. Pass to Buckets. Let's go. And Vucevic pulls it down. Vucevic has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Payton kicks to Harris. Back to Payton. Vucevic dishes to Fry. Picked by Vucevic. Kept alive. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
That's his second personal foul.
And as good as Vucevic is on offense, guys, he's doing everything he can to catch up on his defense. Huge size and wingspan works to his advantage Although the subpar athleticism hinders him a bit.
All right, now,
but, for example, he's averaged less than 1 block per game for his career, mostly because even though he's a 7-footer, he plays well below the rim.
Free throw drops for Vucevic. Well, and to Vucevic's point, big problem throughout his career, Clark, has been getting into foul trouble.
Yeah, it's tough. He's aggressive and sometimes out of position. Coaches are asking him to be aggressive, but he has to learn how to do that without fouling. That's the next step in his progression. And some of it is anticipation, so you're not in position to foul.
Chicago leading by 8. Here's buckets. From outside, off the mark. The Magic shooting a meager 37% for the game. Watson kicks to Oladipo. Smith the pass to Vucevic. It's deflected. The kick out to Oladipo. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Oladipo's got his first points of the night.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Out to the right wing. Passes it to Shorter. To the wing on the left. Shot clock at 6. Here's the Monster. Makes it off the glass. The Monster's got 14 points for the game.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Watson dishes to Vucevic. He feeds it to Oladipo. Picked by Vucevic. Here's buckets. That's tipped, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oladipo. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for the Magic.
In for the Magic, Dwayne Dedmon.
Here's Big Smooth, and he makes good on the layup. Big Smooth got his second bucket of the night.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense. And they've gotten good looks, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, that may be the answer for them. But you know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. We've seen the Monster really having a great game.
They need to make some adjustments because he's absolutely scorching.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Yes, exactly, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what Scott Skiles said to his team. He focused on their offense and said to his guys, make the extra pass. Don't try to play hero ball and do it by yourself. That ends up leading to bad shots. I'm sure Coach is hoping those changes turn the tide in this game and shrink the deficit before halftime. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Over to the left wing. There's the pick. There's the pass to the Beast. All by himself. Here's Fournier. Oh, that's blocked. And they get it back. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down now to just 6 on the basket from Watson. For Chicago, they've gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Oladipo outside. And a missed layup.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Watson kicks to Smith, and out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
Taking a look at some stats for Oladipo, a very nice season for him last year. He averaged 18 points a game, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, he's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer. A signature slam right there from the big fella. How many of those have we seen before?
The Magic trail by 12. Watson kicks to Oladipo. There's 47 seconds left in the first half, and the shot is good.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Shorty, the pass to the monster. Here's Shorty. Again, Chicago.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Big Smooth, and it's Orlando with the rebound. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
And here we go. The first in what will be a 3-game season series between the two teams.
Yeah, no splits here, partner. One team will have bragging rights, and a win tonight is the first step. They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter. I mean, if you're looking to get back into this game, you have to get tougher defensively.
And the first half is now in the books. Chicago leads by 12. And we'll be back right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. What a game we're seeing from the Monster.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
The Magic trail by 12. Buckets is out there with Shorty. Then there's the Monster. Then it's the Beast. And it's Big Smooth in at the 5 spot. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half. Payton outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, starting the second half nicely there. Love those easy lay-ins to get things going.
The Magic shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
And they shot their free throws at a measly 73% clip over the course of last season.
Yeah, as a group, really a dismal year for them from the line last season, guys.
Well, it was a slow start to his rookie year for Payton, but he came along very strong.
Yeah, it looked really good for the Magic down the stretch. Even recorded his first triple-double. I think there will be more of those in his career.
Chicago leading by 9. Here's Big Smooth. No good. Great D that time from Vucevic. Payton passes to baddest one. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Pass to the Beast. Here's Buckets, and he hits the jump shot. Buckets got 10 points.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
For Chicago, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Great D that time from Vucevic.
Still a bit chilly from the field at the start of this third quarter. 1 of 4 so far.
On the wing, Harris. From 12 feet out, and that is good.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Chicago leading. Passes it to Shorty. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
It's been a tough goal for him, just an uncontainable game for Shorty. He's got 8 points, and there's a nice number in his assist column as well.
It really has been, Clark. He's created a lot of open looks for his teammates. Very unselfish play from him today.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Payton.
Magic timeout called.
Start it.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Scott Skiles was going over with his team. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through baddest one. Coach detailed the ways to ensure he's the one in charge out there, with the ball in his hands and the rest of the players falling in line behind him. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
Thanks, Doris. Vucevic dishes to Payton. Snatched away. Here's Shorty. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
A moment here to see some numbers for Payton. How he performed last season. 13th in steals, and his passing skills were on full display all year. He ranked among the top 15 in assists.
And as we saw last year, I mean, a difficult guy to run the offense against, constantly jumping the passing lanes.
And Vucevic kicks to Harris. Orlando moving the ball around. Picked by Vucevic. Left side, Harris. Misses the 3.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at him. 1 for 5 on offense. A slow start here in the second half.
Payton drives in. The feed to Fry. No one near him. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Fry's got his first points of the night. Here's Shorty. He trains the quick shot. And Chicago leads by 9.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Harris missing again.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
And let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see the teams that blocked the most shots in the NBA last year.
I don't think you can ever underestimate the effect that a few block shots can have on your opponent. I mean, it can get into your head as an offensive player. You're going in there thinking you've got a clear path, and then you see the ball going behind you in reverse. I mean, that could be major intimidation and affect your game.
Napier, he's checked in for Payton. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Chicago leading by 7. Ball's knocked loose. The monster passes to Big Smooth.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
For Chicago, they have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Big Smooth. 8 rebounds and 3 blocks. He's piling up the rejections to go along with the tremendous work he's done on the glass.
It's been about the paint and the way he's been able to control it all game long. You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to give. And guys, when you go to look for holes in the game of Tobias Harris, there really aren't any. One of the hardest workers in our league. If he has any weakness at all, it's his average size speed combo, which most likely will keep him from becoming the perennial all-star type. And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
The Magic trail by 8. On the topic of Tobias Harris, you love that he can contribute in every category of play. He's a solid face-up shooter. Clark, who's getting better with his back to the basket. You can see movement forward all the time.
I love what this young man has shown thus far. You mentioned those things he does. He'll also rebound for you, get loose balls. He does the little things, understands what it takes to win, the consummate pro and team player.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills. He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to... Oh, yeah!
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
It's hauled in by Harris.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Out to the wing. Here's Fry. Can't get it to go. And it's Chicago the other way. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Out to the wing. Over to the left wing. 4 on the shot clock. The Monster right through the D for the layup. The Monsters got the lead up to 12 now for Chicago.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Kicks it to Vucevic. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Vucevic has got 11 points.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot, taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, mid-range J is almost a gimme. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
The Magic trail by 14. There's the pass to Baddest one. Trying to find Vucevic. Gets it to him. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Bucket's got his 3rd rebound on the night. The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
That's straight up Showtime stuff right there, baby. Major highlight reel material.
Here's Baddest one. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Baddest one's got 18 points.
And he had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on it.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
Fades, and the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Tobias Harris.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
Pass to the Beast, and stolen by Fry. Here's baddest one. Off on that one. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's Chicago up by 11. And worse.
Check it out.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Chicago leading by 11. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. Payton and Oladipo, the explosive backcourt pair. Fournier out there with Smith. And it's Dedmon in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Payton right side. To the paint. It's tipped. And they're running. Here's the monster. And that one is stuffed right through.
Really a heads-up play on both ends there. The steal and the quick push on the break.
Rapid-fire basketball at its best. Boom, 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 bang.
Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Here's buckets. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
That's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Payton left side. Shoots from 12. A second chance effort. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
That's his first personal foul.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Chicago.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
The first one falls.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
And so he's able to get one of two. Chicago leading by 14. To the inside, the Beast can't hit.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Oladipo dishes to Payton. Oladipo outside. Off with the layup. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And that one's good.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Here's the Beast. Good on the baseline, Jay. And Chicago leads by 14.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Screen by Smith. Oladipo goes in. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible. You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
Smith outside. He kicks it to Fournier. He dishes it to Oladipo. 6 to shoot. Off the screen. Pass to Dedmon. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Chicago leading by 12. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Shorty the pass to Big Smooth. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
Payton kicks to Smith. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Inside, here's Big Smooth, and it's Orlando with the rebound.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Smith sets the pick for Oladipo. The shot is off, and it's Chicago the other way. At one point, they led by 16. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
What a game we've seen here for the monster. He's got 26 points, and his 2 blocks have given them a lift defensively.
No doubt about it. He's been a rim protector, and it's starting to get into the heads of their opponent.
The monster. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, as cool as can be, Clark. Great focus and efficiency. That's how they built this lead.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Vucevic comes in for Dwayne Dedmon, and Channing Frye's subbed in for Jason Smith. Good on both. Payton with the ball. Down low. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Channing Frye.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside.
Here's Big Smooth, takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. And Chicago leads by 14. Orlando's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Payton kicks to Oladipo. And he gets it to go. Oladipo's got 6 in the quarter.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
To the left side wing. Buckets. Fournier pulls it down.
A key rebound there, but they can do a little better on the glass here down the stretch.
Guys, it's been their weakness to this point in the game, but they're still alive.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
And he gets it to go. 14 points for Buckets.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Scott Skiles said to his team. He didn't exactly take it easy on them, saying, how much do you want it? Don't tell me, show me out there. We have to play better. We have to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
Magic foul. Channing Frye. That's his 3rd personal foul. At the line, Big Daddy. 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
And, you know, for so long, the NBA has had 12-minute quarters. In last year's preseason, they began experimenting with the 10-minute quarters. Players seem to like it, but it would be a huge change philosophically in terms of how the game is played.
Good on the second free throw. And Clark, with the 10-minute quarters, the players felt like they were fresher during the game. Still, removing 8 minutes from an NBA game does have huge consequences.
Well, we must remember it's being experimented with right now, so keep that in mind. They also talked about shortening the preseason and doing other things to keep players fresher during the year. I like the thought process.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Yeah, and that's been the story of the game. I mean, the rebounding has been very one-sided.
Yeah, and they've been on the winning end. I mean, effort is one thing you can always control in addition to attitude. I would credit this lead to force of will.
A big dunk at the end of the break.
Reverse that one. Oh, now that was nice. Real nice.
The agility on display.
Yeah, you love that body control.
How about the power and grace on that finish?
To the left side wing. Fry, that's for 2. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
The Magic trail by 15. Knocks it loose. To the left wing. It's Chicago with another bucket.
And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they never coasted.
To me, that's a sign of a really good team, Greg, because you should always be playing against the game and yourself. I know there's an opponent out there, but when you have a lead, it's all about continuing to execute. Do what you do and stay true to that. And I like that aggressiveness and full speed ahead kind of attack that they have.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Chicago.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Yeah, it's a fun way to play, and it's fun to watch, too.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The stats tell us, Greg, that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for the Monster. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Throws down the breakaway jam.
And that's the dagger right there, really the nail in the coffin.
I'd agree. I mean, they've done a great job of sealing this one, closing it out. And they never backed off, even with the big lead. I love to see teams do that.
2 open that time, made it look too easy. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. Here's Shorty, off the mark. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the post-game show.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thanks, Kevin, and let's take a look now as we give the nod to our Jordan Player of the Game. He had a tremendous first half, and that clearly inspired the whole team after halftime. Gave him a big lift.
Just an unreal performance for him in so many ways. That was a player at the absolute top of his game. It's hard to imagine someone being any more dominant than he was tonight.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.